Howdy, this is Crafty Granny and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions, where I first take a look at the results for round 1 of the Corvus Glaive and Abomination arenas, and then jump into some round 2 predictions. So let's first take a look at the results. Bottom line, these are some very, when it comes to at least the 4-star and 5-star feature arenas, these are some very unexpected, extremely low arena cutoffs. When you take a look at the 5-star, this is the lowest first round cutoff that we've ever seen in 14 million for a 5-star champ. Now, I say first round because we just had a very low second round score for Proxima Midnight. And then for the top 10% for the Corvus 5-star, it came in at 8.1 million. So again, yeah, this is extremely low. And we'll get into some of my reasons why I think this might be the case here shortly, but let's jump on to the rest of the results, jump over to the rest here, and you can see with the 4-star feature Corvus Glaive arena results, they were a little bit small as well, or smaller than expected, I should say, or lower, at 6.3 million, with a top 10% at 4 million. Jumping over to the 4-star basic, now this is where things kind of normalize, get back to what we've been seeing, with Abomination being such a low interest old champ. As expected, his cutoff came in really low at 1.6 million, with 11 to 25% at 1.1 million. And then again, jumping over to the 3-star feature Corvus arena, you can see, just as we've been seeing for the last couple new champs in the 3-star arena, right around 1 million, and you're able to get in with 11 to 25% at 516,000. So when I compare these actuals to my actual predictions, since the 5-star and 4-star features were way, way lower than expected, obviously these numbers are way out of the ballpark. But when it comes to the Abomination and 3-star feature Corvus Glaive results, they're very in line with what was expected. So yeah, this is really strange when you look at the 5-star and 4-star feature results. So let's get a little bit into looking forward to round 2. What can we expect? And then when you take a look, let's start off first with the 5-star feature arena. You can see we've been on this steady progression ever since the Sentinel cutoffs. They just keep on building higher and higher and higher, and then all of a sudden, for the second round of Proxima Midnight, there was a extreme drop. And, there could be a number of reasons why this could be the case, but some of the theories out there is just, grinding fatigue. A lot of people were like, seeing the results and didn't feel like they can compete with it. But also heard where Kabam did drop a lot, cut a lot of users who had a modded arena playing, so that they were, this might have returned the numbers to more normal. So you combine that with people who are skipping out on this arena because they just didn't think they could push those numbers, and this is where you can kind of get the results with that Proxima Midnight. Now that carried over basically for this first round of Corvus Glaive, where again we see a below 17 million. I mean, it came in at what, just above, or I should say just below 14 million, rounded up to 14 million. So maybe the case is that there was truly a purge of, accounts that were doing some extreme arena modifications, mods that allowed them to push those numbers so high. And now that they're out of the, out of the competition, these numbers now are kind of, I wouldn't say normalizing, they're kind of extremely low, but now that we've seen these 2 times in a row, I think you're going to see a lot of people return back into it, but maybe now that these modders are out, we won't see those crazy numbers. But what numbers will we exactly see? That's a great question, because we don't have any really history to determine that. When it comes to the 4-star feature, we've seen something very similar for this first round again for Corvus, but didn't see it with Proxima, which was interesting. So they're not exactly related, the 4-star and 5-star, because you can see here, even with Proxima Midnight 4-star feature arena, it came up to 14 million. So I think here, what it was is everybody felt like they can, honestly get to a 13, 14. We saw those kind of numbers before the 5-star feature arena was around. So I think people were, just happy to try to get Proxima as a 4-star. And then now they're starting to realize they can go in and maybe get the 5-star version. So when that happened, we saw that big number drop for Corvus. So, I mean, that's, again, just kind of a theory that might have been playing here. But hopefully we'll get some more insights after this next round for Corvus. But when it comes to actually predictions, that gets really difficult because we just don't have a enough history of results to look at to say, oh yeah, now that we've kind of seen, now the mods are out, people are kind of regulating again where the play is going. It's going to take a couple arena cutoffs to really figure that out. Now jumping over to the 4-star basic though, and we've pretty much figured this arena out, especially with low interest champs like Abomination. You can see time over time, and these numbers are actually getting even lower, almost just right above that last milestone, which is 1.5 million. So this is great news. People that are progressing or newer to the game will have a good shot at getting some more 4-stars, even if they're not the greatest. Abomination probably isn't so much, but look, you can get Agent Venom, and Falcon's got some use against Evade champs. So, I mean, there's some decent champs you can get for a really low arena grind, which is great for everybody. And then jumping again over to the 3-star feature arena for new champs, you can see it's been pretty steady. It's kind of plateaued now right around 1 million to 1.1 million, which we saw here for 1 million with Corvus. Again, that was rounded down a little bit. So it was a little bit above 1 million for the actual numbers. And then the second round, you can see there's a little bit of a dip there. So we can expect that here for round 2. So speaking of round 2 rough estimates, and they're going to be really, really rough. That's why I put the stars even with the 5-star, 4-star feature arenas, just because it's really hard to say now based off of the last 2 cutoff results we saw for Proxima Midnight in the second round. We saw here most recently with Corvus in the first. It's just really hard to say. So these numbers are really, really rough ballparks because we just don't know yet. You know, do we have a new kind of number, new kind of cutoffs that we can expect because there was a number of arena modded accounts removed? Was it, just, people trying to figure out which arenas they want to play in? It's going to be hard to tell, and it's going to take a couple arenas to figure it out. And that also carries over to the 4-star feature arena. So with that being said, though, this is really kind of like throwing darts on a dartboard here, but I think I'm going to go with 22 million for the 5-star feature second round for Corvus and 10 million for the Corvus Glaive. Now watch what's going to happen. I'm sure things will return to normal. I doubt we'll ever, actually, because of the removing of the arena modded accounts, I think we definitely will see lower numbers, which is great. How low, though, it'll be really interesting now that I'm sure we're going to have a rush back of players going back to these arenas. Should level out, though, the 4-star feature, though, with more going back to 5-star. We'll see for sure, though, on Wednesday. But then jumping over to the Abomination arena, 1.7. We saw that from the trends. There's usually it's right around that same number that we have in the first round, which was 1.6 and some change. So we can expect right around 1.7 million for the cutoff. And then we always see that dip for the 3-star feature here on the left, on the right. You can probably get Corvus now for right around 960, 975, maybe even 950, but I'll put the actual cutoff at 975. Now, these cutoff predictions are for the veterans bracket, meaning your account's been live for over 61 days. What I also like to do is give some rough grind targets just in case of the unexpected happens. Nothing like tremendously unexpected like we saw with the first round with the 5-star feature. But anyway, to give a little buffer since the cutoffs here try to target within 10% of cutoff. So to give yourself a little cushion, I would say go to 24 million for the 5-star Corvus, go to 11 million for the 4-star. Jumping over to the 4-star basic Abomination, 1.8, you should be completely safe. And if you want to get that 3-star, go to 1 million, and you should be completely safe for that version of Corvus Glaive. Now, and again, these grind targets are for the veterans bracket. When it comes to beginners and intermediate brackets, they're kind of like the 5-star feature arena is this time around, where there's just no results that, sustainable ongoing results that I can look at to base trends off of or to do any kind of trend analysis. So these are really just rough estimates. For the beginner bracket, 3-star feature on 245, 4-star basic 750, with the 4-star feature at 1.2 million. Jumping down to the intermediate bracket, 3-star feature for 525,000, 4-star basic for 1 million, and the 4-star feature at 1.2 million. And if you're newer to the game, you're not sure what's the difference between all these brackets, veteran, etc. It's all based off of the time that your account has been live. So if you've just opened up the account brand new, you're in the beginner's bracket and you get to be in that bracket for 30 days. Then between 31 and 60 days, you're in the intermediate bracket, and then 61 days plus, you're in the veterans bracket for as long as you play the game. So that's kind of how all these brackets play out. And here again are my thoughts on the rough ballpark numbers that you might want to grind to if you're trying to get these folks, if you're trying to get these champs in these lower brackets. And again, here are my numbers, both the rough grind targets as well as the actual cutoff predictions for the veterans bracket. So anyway, these are my thoughts. Would love to hear yours, especially what do you think about these crazy 5-star feature cutoffs, both the second round for Proxima and this first time around for Corvus Glaive. What do you think is causing all of this? Would love to hear about it. I mean, again, my ideas, I heard about some arena modded accounts removed. Could be dungeons. You know, there's plenty of different areas you can spend time grinding in the game now, so maybe folks are going to these different places. What do you think? Would love to hear about it. Throw it on, and when it comes to this round, what do you think the cutoffs will be? Would love to hear about it. Throw it in the comment sections. We can talk about it there. And if you like this video, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up if you smash that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel, would really appreciate a subscribe. Thanks a lot for stopping by today, and have a great day.